with you in mind and all the career changes you've had, I want to ask you about your first educational endeavor. Like, like after you became a gymnast and then you struggled with MS and then you decided, okay, I'm going to go back to school. And I thought it was so interesting to hear the conversation you had with your dad about going back to school for English. And he was saying to you, I heard you say this on a podcast that your dad said, "Why would you study English literature? Just go to the library." Like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said at the beginning, I'm a very curious person. So I got to college and my parents didn't go to college. My mom didn't work. She was a stay-at-home mom. We had 5 kids. And my dad, when they first got married, was a door-to-door lock salesman. They had enough money at the end of the week. There was one quarter, 25 cents at the end of the week. That was all that was left after feeding everybody, paying all the bills, and nothing splurge, right? They would take a quarter down to the local bar. My grandmother would come and babysit the kids, and they had enough to share a beer. That was date night for them. So my dad was very scrappy, and very practical. And my other siblings went to college too. But when I told my dad that I wanted to study English literature, because I really just like to read, he was like, we need a marketable skill here. We're actually making a pretty significant investment in you and we need a ROI. So we want to make sure that we're not going to be taking care of you forever, right? Doing some arty farty bullshit like, reading books and things like that. And, I was like, Dad, look, what you don't understand is that people need to be able to communicate. And the best communicators on the planet are the ones who will actually have the access to the most power because they can articulate what they want and need in powerful ways. He didn't buy it for a second because I had a second degree in French, which really upset him because he's like, great, you've got a degree in English and French, two things you already know how to do. What a big fucking waste of money. And unfortunately, he died. I've written 2 books and one best-selling book so far, that one hasn't launched yet. It's kind of sad that he didn't get to see that, like, of course, you never make a ton of money off of a book. That's kind of a fantasy. If you write a book, it's for you. But it did make some money, and it would have been nice to be able to be like, see, Daddy, it wasn't all for nothing. Like, maybe it paid for my tuition, maybe.